Hey everybody, welcome back to Tammy Talks. Let's go ahead and get into Growing Up Hip Hop Season 6, Episode 25, The Naked Hustle. If you're brand new to my channel, I do breakdowns on reality and scripted TV shows, giving my own thoughts, opinions, and theories along the way. If you enjoy that type of content, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, thumbs up the video if you enjoyed tonight's content, and hop in the comment section. Let's talk about it, y'all. This episode is a clear example of knowing your friends, knowing what your friends like, knowing what your friends are going to be comfortable with, knowing what your friends dislike, knowing how to throw parties for them, because this episode was a mess. It starts off with Tahira and Sean, and TT is telling Sean that she went and met up with a wedding planner with Vanessa, and they got quoted $150,000. Sean said he loves Vanessa, but his bank account does not, because Vanessa has owed money. Vanessa is the baby mama to that Wayans. Vanessa's father is Reverend. Vanessa has her own money from pastry and like all the other stuff that she does. So yeah, Vanessa can afford a $150,000 wedding. TT cannot. So then it turns into a situation where Sean is saying how he doesn't have nearly as much family coming as TT does. How, you know, his parents have like 5 and 6 siblings, and TT is like, all your family was invited, they're choosing not to come. Sean then says how he only has about 4 friends coming. TT has a couple tables. It seems like this is really TT's wedding. And I'm wondering now if the rumors that Sean did cheat on her are for real and he's paying for it with his wallet. Because it seems like everything is really centered around her and he's just going to show up. So he then asks her, you know, final time, is your cousin coming? Talking about Egypt. Tahira said no. She does not want Egypt coming. They've had their moment. They tried to hash it out and didn't work. Cool, she's done. Sean said, all right, that's it. So then we have Egypt and Tretch. So Egypt told Tretch, or Tretch told Egypt rather, that her and Sam need to start separating business, right? They don't need to be so intertwined in each other's lives. We've all been saying that. Maybe now with her daddy saying it, she'll listen a little bit more. So they're going to meet somebody at Monarch Records so that she can get a feel for what she needs to do to like really advance her career. So she shows them a video that she did for one of her songs, and she's rapping. So I'm confused because Egypt don't sing no more, and now she's a rapper. Okay, the video was cringe to me, but they were nice, and they tell her that this is cool. How did you market it? What did you do? She said, yeah, I just uploaded it. And they asked her, so like, what was the rollout? What was the marketing plan? So then she tries to clean it up. Well, yeah, me and Sean, me and my partner Sam, and it's like, no girl, you didn't have a marketing strategy. You tweeted about it once or twice as if the people that follow you are really going to be listening to your music because they follow you to find out the mess that's going on with the show, and it didn't work out the way that you thought. And they basically tell her, look, you come from 2 hip-hop parents, hip-hop royalty. Your music is not hip-hop. Your music is more eclectic. So because of that, you can't always lean back and rely on your parents' connections. You're going to have to start making some connections of your own that's going to push you into the genre that you're more so like. And that makes complete and utter sense. Like, yeah, your daddy can get you into some rooms, but if you're not making the type of music that he has the connections with, it's not going to work. So Tretch basically tells her that you have to learn that people may only want to work with you, not with you and Sam. So that's why you need to separate the two, kind of build your own identity back up, and then from there, work on marketing, because the music is only 10% of the strategy. Marketing is everything. I tell people that for everything, branding and marketing, everything. So they tell her that she has a relatable personality, and she was like Cardi B. To tell her she has a relatable personality, to put herself out there, start getting on more people's radars, because once people relate to you, then everything that you do after that is going to come a little easier. So we see Vanessa and Tenise. Vanessa's in the car in her Chanel bucket hat, and she FaceTimes Tenise and tells her, she misses seeing little baby Joey, and, she thought that she was in town. Tenise says that nope, she's back in New York. The baby's a little too young to travel with yet, so they're still waiting on that, but she has both kids down to sleep. JoJo, however, is out in LA. Vanessa wants to throw a bachelor/bachelorette party for Tahira and Sean. And it's for whatever reason, Tenise suggesting letting Cree help out. Why would she have Cree help out and they don't get along? Tenise, you were there the last time they got into it, but Vanessa is like, I don't know. So Tenise calls Cree on FaceTime, and I'm thinking that little rinky-dink party that they had, Vanessa could have threw them streamers up herself. She didn't need she didn't need Cree to come do that. She did not need Cree to come do that. I think Cree plans like events. That wasn't an event. So Cree's on FaceTime, and she tells them that she'll help out because that is Vanessa's friends. And, whatever beef they had, she's not worried about that. She's a friend that's going to be helping out some friends. So we then get a scene with Eric at the cemetery, and he's cleaning up his dad's grave. Lazy comes, Lazy, I think Eazy-E helped to discover Bone, or helped propel them to what they became. And they start talking about the documentary. We know that his sisters are doing this documentary that is trying to say that Eazy-E did not die from AIDS. He was killed, I believe, and it was like a cover-up. So Lazy doesn't want to tell Eric that he is involved in that documentary because he feels it's just not the right time or place. Lazy is involved because he said that no matter what Eazy's kids need, if they call him, he's going to answer. And then he just kind of tells Eric, you know what you need to do. Keep pushing your dad's legacy forward. They exchange some stories. It's, I won't say a good time because they're at the cemetery, but it's a time, right? So then we have Sam and Egypt. They are out on the boat. No, they're out on the beach. I don't know why I wrote boat in my notes. They're out on the beach for a little picnic. And they start talking about the arrest. Sean is looking at 10 to 12 years, I guess, or something like that. Egypt said she didn't even want him to get involved in that or for that to even go down the way that it did. Have y'all noticed the way that Egypt always phrased that? I'm sorry that you're even going through all of this. I didn't even want you to go through all of this. It's kind of making me feel like Egypt was running off at the mouth, or Egypt jumped in that fight and Sam came in to jump in after Egypt. I really feel like Egypt is the cause of this for some reason, because she always phrases it a very, very specific way that gives me motive to believe that this might have been something that Egypt kind of not orchestrated, but something that she started, because they were drunk or whatever, and he jumped in and he's taking the heat for her. That's kind of what I feel. So she says that she's getting so emotionally attached to him right now, and she just wants to be around him all the time because of everything he's going through. He tells her that he's kind of detaching himself because it's hard to get super attached to something or somebody that could be taken away for a very long time. So he's closing himself off emotionally to her. He said that this situation has just taught him how to turn his emotions off, to turn them off completely. But he acknowledges that he loves her more than anything, and he knows that if he goes to jail, he wants her to move on with her life and just forget all about him. We know that's not going to happen. Is this real time? Does anybody know what happened with the case? I haven't seen any, granted it wouldn't be in the blogs, but I haven't seen any updates or anything about it. So they talk about her record career, and Sam is happy as how the career is progressing. But then Sam makes a very, very poignant statement. He said that Egypt is a very lucrative artist. So it doesn't matter who, brokers the deals or who gets her in there. She's a very lucrative artist. And I know on one hand, yeah, it makes sense. But on the other hand, when Sam says it, and we know how he has been like kind of using her for money, living off of her, it comes across the way. Comes across the way. So now we're at these parties. So TT and the rest of the cast, the very slim cast, because we see Boogie's not a part of the show. I think Boogie just kind of shows up to certain things. So they show up. They're all waiting outside because it is supposed to be. Um, it's supposed to be a surprise party for JoJo. And I forgot. So earlier in the episode, Vanessa, JoJo, Twist, and Cree all meet up at like a sex toy store so they can get some things for the party. And Twist was like, I don't know why Cree is here. I am disgusted by you. And I hollered. And he was like, she ruined my party, Vanessa. She ruined my party. And Cree was like, I didn't ruin your party. Sequoia did. I believe you swung first, Cree. If I'm not mistaken, I believe you swung first. But okay, Cree. Cree just want to be argumentative. And I think Cree thinks that being argumentative is going to keep her on this show. But you're really coming across a bad way, sweetheart. A very bad way. So they're showing up and TT ignores Cree because she's like, of course she's here, I can be cordial. I can just ignore. So JoJo shows up, hops out of van, and it's like, all right, so I pushed back my dinner party, but I'm going to give you this blindfold, you this blindfold. And I was like, y'all didn't even do it, like, smoothly. But basically, the guys all leave with JoJo, and they kind of figure out, oh, we're doing separate bachelor, bachelorette parties, whatever. Cree, however, wants to talk to TT because she feels that they need to clear the air. And Cree is just insistent on saying that TT was trying to ruin her business or attack her business. And I'm wondering, did Cree lose clients after the season? Because if she did, it has nothing to do with TT. Cree, you put yourself out there because let's be real, even before TT said you can't plan her wedding, the way that you were talking to Twist at JoJo's party would make me not want to work with you. Because if that's how you talk to him, how do I know you're not going to talk to one of my guests that way? Worrying about what a guest is wearing. Worrying about, you know what I mean? Like, okay. But she is like really, really dead set on like trying to make it seem as if TT did something to her. Tahira tells her, but girl, you came from me in New York. And Kria's like, yeah, you were attacking my business. She wasn't. Like TT said, I never hired you, so how could I fire you? And so, like, it's like Cree is acknowledging everything Tahira is saying, all the while saying, yeah, but you were coming from me. So now TT is like, well, we can just let it go. TT wants to move past it. Cree doesn't. So now Cree is like, I'm not going to the party. Well, girl, take your ass home. I am sick of Cree, y'all. And it's like, I don't know why Cree came on here. But this is what happens typically when people are new to reality shows. They come on doing the most because they want to make a splash. They want to make sure that they're signed on for another season. Cree is just going about this the complete and utter wrong way. This is not working for you, girl. This is not. No one, and I mean nobody, thinks that your business was attacked. Nobody thinks TT saying she can't plan my wedding is an attack at your ability to plan events. Literally nobody. It's your behavior, Cree, that is making people possibly not want to work with you. Because you act a fool on the show every week. Cree is low-key arguing with somebody. Every single week. So we get to these horrible parties. So Sean doesn't want to be at the party. The guys walk into the hotel room. He's looking around. He sees the blow up doll. He can tell that it's going, it's a typical like guy's bachelor party or bachelor party. There's nothing. All the furniture was pushed away. Stuff is pinned up. We know strippers are coming. The strippers come in, and Sean is like, I hate that y'all did this. He looks scared. He is like in the bathroom, hiding behind the wall like this, looking out. And I'm like, Sean doesn't trust himself. It's not a matter of Sean not wanting to disrespect TT by looking at the strippers. Sean doesn't trust himself. Sean probably doesn't trust himself when he gets a little liquor in his system. That's what the real thing is. So Eric is like, what is going on? Me and my wife have an understanding. I can look, I just can't touch. Twist was like, I think TT wears the pants in a relationship. TT controls that relationship. No, it's that Sean doesn't trust himself. He doesn't trust himself. The way that Sean couldn't even just sit on the damn couch, y'all, and let the girls roll around and flip and dance in front of him. The fact that you were in the bathroom, like you don't even want to be in this. Meanwhile, upstairs or down the hall, wherever, TT is in her hotel room and her party is foul because Cree didn't come up with the girls. She went and got the boys' party started first. So they're all sitting around and it's just her, Brianna. What is Eric's wife's name? I can't think of her name. Her, Brianna, Eric's wife, and Vanessa. And they're all just sitting around just you. So then some strippers come in and TT is there. I'm not the bride, and it's like whatever. So after the strippers leave, they go and crash the boys' party. Sean is down there. I think I'm gonna leave. One of the strippers is talking to I think one of the strippers was talking to Eric and was like, I expected this from him because he's a white boy. And they was like, no, he ain't like that. He's marrying a black girl. So then the girls come in, and that was just a big party where we can all just have some fun and drink. We done paid for 2 hotel rooms. But no, Sean is ready to leave. He's like, I'm ready to go now. And I'm like, what? So YDB is Young Dirty Bastard is talking to Vanessa, and he asks her how long has she been married, and she was like, I'm not, because we know Vanessa is not married. Vanessa been shacking up with that Wayans boy, who refuses to be on the show, clearly. She was like, I've been in a relationship for, she said she's been in LA for 15 years. She has been with that boy, I think, for about 13 or 14 of them. They are never going to get married. So he tells her that he's not married either. And she said, well, why not? He said, because I've been waiting on you. I like YDB. I hope he gets more of a storyline. He seems cool. I mean, a breath of fresh air because everybody else, this season is kind of. That's all I can say. So then Sean and TT leave. And everybody is like, well, damn, we got a sitter for the night, our night off without the kids, and this is how it went. But y'all should have known, though. Y'all were better off just throwing a party. No strippers, just have a big party, and everybody could have chilled and kicked it and drank and did all that stuff, and it would have worked. Know your friends. Know your friends. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, thumbs up the video. Hop into the comment section down below. Let me know what you guys felt about tonight's episode, and I will catch you guys in the next one.